Hey, welcome back to Scatterbrain Studios. Let's get building. Hey, how's it going? So today we got part 3 of the Traxxas TRX 4 upgrades. I'm gonna be installing some lighting. Okay, so today we got the Traxxas 8085 light kit, pieces for the body, all the light housings and everything. Got one of these little RC switches, so I can control the lights on the radio. Then I got a little light bar. Pick some of the stuff up off Amazon. I'll put links in the description. They will be affiliate links, so I may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. Okay, so step one, I think I'm going to install the light bar on the bumper. Okay, so after messing around with this for a little bit, looking at it, figuring out how I wanted to mount it, I think it's going to sit perfect in there, but I had to mount these on the inside, so it's going to be a bit of a bugger to get bolted down and everything. But where the bumper's so narrow in between here, if I mount them the other way, it's gonna be sitting up on that angle down. So this is what I'm gonna try. Worst comes to worst, I got 2 extra holes in the bumper and no light bar. So got some masking tape here. I'm just gonna lay that down on the bumper and let's try and figure this out. Kind of tracing out anywhere that I can see on the tape. You can see there. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, just getting over a cold. Completely ruined me for the weekend. Went and found my center punch and my big hammer. Probably could take the bumper off before doing this. I'm gonna have to take it off anyway, but what I'm thinking, I have an M3 tap. I think I'm gonna try and tap through. It's pretty thick, so I think I have a chance at it. But if not, it's gonna be coming out right on top of those light pod mounts, because there's 2 holes that you could put like 5mm LEDs in. So instead of chancing it and just ramming a regular drill bit through, I think I'm gonna try the tap. Well, got my holes made. Ended up tapping them with a 3mm tap. The screws it came with were not M3. I thought it was like up Poop's Creek without a paddle. And luckily, a 3mm screw, what was it, 3x3mm screw, fit right in there. So that's gonna save a lot of like messing around. Quite a bit of the bumper got threaded too. So that's the end of the screw. You can see where the hole came through. So there's a good little bit of meat there. Definitely a little tedious. I had it fit once off camera, so I know it's gonna work. You can really see in there. If I wouldn't have flipped those around backwards, like on the inside, it wouldn't have fit. But I think it fills that perfectly. I didn't have to make any custom mounts, which is bonus. And other than some fiddling, that was pretty easy. So on to the next part. Okay, so step 2, I'm gonna start getting the Traxxas electronics bolted on the truck. So I am using the Fusion Pro. This is gonna get custom because I need power. Okay, so I think I got this figured out. I've got my little RC switch that I can control from my radio plugged into my receiver. I've just got a Y splitter going on here right now. So I got one going to the light bar at the front, and I got the other side going into the Traxxas voltage regulator. The voltage regulator I have kind of shoved in here. It's just a 2-to-1 XT60 connector I've made. So black to black, red to red, it's hooked up just like it would be on the Traxxas model. And then I've got my Traxxas lights hooked into my regulator. And boom. So there's on. there's off. I just got that on a momentary 2-position switch, just on one of my extra buttons. I still have one more channel open. So now I'm just debating, do I want my all like the vehicle lights on all the time to be able to turn the light bar on and off, or I just all lights on all the time? I'm gonna ponder that for a minute. But basically, this Traxxas voltage regulator, it's taking your battery power. You got your power on ground. What is up to 3 cell the stock Traxxas TRX4 ESC supports, and then this red wire, it's just a reference wire. So it goes into the receiver, into the power. When you turn your model on, it powers this up. The grounds are all common, they're all shared in the circuitry. So it just looks for the power signal, and that's how that's working. So I've got my BEC set to 7.4 volts. I know Traxxas only uses 6 volts on their stock electronics. So I'm going to try it. I mean, I don't see why it's going to be an issue, but time will tell. So that's my game plan. I'm going to ponder whether I want all the lights to go on and off, or if I want that light bar to just switch on and off. Okay, so I've got my RC switches here. I'm going to cut the shrink tubing off of them, and then I've got liquid electrical tape. I'm going to coat each switch 2 or 3 times, all the circuitry, all the wires, right up to about there. And then it's going to be as waterproof as it's going to get. So to start out, I'm just going to peel the sticker off of them. You can save that if you want and stick it back on after. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to lightly take the hobby knife and drag it across the back. I'm not really pushing into the shrink tube at all, because I don't want to damage the circuit board. Just enough to kind of score it. And I'll grab a pair of pliers. That one just kind of peeled off. So I'm using helping hands to do this. Just going to take my electrical tape. Wait till it's kind of not pouring off. And just give it a good heavy coating. I've used plastic dip to do this also to receiver boxes. It's kind of an old school hack for waterproofing. You really want to make sure you get all the edges. And you want something down to get the excess, because it's going to drip. If you don't have helping hands, you can use, that's just like a cotton swab. Use toothpick or a skewer. I'm doing 3 of these because I'm going to use 2. And then my girlfriend has bought herself a TRX4 High Trail. And now she's into the upgrading. So then just find somewhere to kind of hang this. Let it dry. What's it say? So 10 minutes between coats. They're pretty heavy coats I put on there. If the lid was big enough, you could just dunk it right in, pull it out, let it go till it stopped dripping, and then hang it up and let it dry. Here's the plastic dip. You can get it in different colors. I just got black. I picked this up a while ago and just never used it. Ended up using the liquid electrical tape instead. I don't know why I can't say that, but anyway, both kind of works the same. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm going to tap into the power for the voltage regulator. Now, you can do this one of two ways. You could get your XT60 plugs, make an adapter, have it tap in up there, and do it that way. It'd be clean. I'm going to desolder the end or cut it off and just solder a new one on, and then solder in my XT60 connectors down here. That way, I don't know. To me, I think it's going to be a little neater. It's going to be one less thing to kind of get in the way when I'm changing the battery. So that's what I'm going to get working on now. Kind of setting it up so I like the layout, like where my wires and everything are laying. I'm just going to grab a piece of tape. I got extra connectors. I always plug them in. Spreads the heat out when you're heating these to get the solder, like to solder them. Jeez, I can't talk today. Solder fume extractor. I turn my solder gun up to 350. Doesn't take long for that to preheat. Kind of separate those wires. Just gonna take my hobby knife. Be very careful. Just kind of rolling that. Just want to cut the insulation. Okay. Gonna try and get them even. You can kind of see my neck in it. You won't be able to see it on camera. I've just stripped off, what, half an inch? Maybe a little less. You gotta make sure they're nice and even. I'm gonna twist those strands together. That's just to catch the flux. I'll reheat my soldering iron again. I'm gonna take it back up to 350. So the solder fluid all the way around. There we go. It's like I was never in there. Switches are dry enough to get put back in. Let them sit for about 24 hours. They're still kind of mushy. But just for the sake of this, I want to get going on it. So, okay. So I kind of jumped ahead, buttoned up all my wiring, zip tied it in a bunch of places. I just have the Traxxas body lights sitting up there, and then the light bar. I'll see if we turn things on. So we got this front switch for the body lights, and then that'll be for the light bar. I think it's smarter running it off of two switches. Just that way I'm not pulling everything out of the battery. And it's middle of daytime, turn the lights off, don't need them, right? And just having the light bar going all the time, just burning extra battery, taking run time for nothing. So went with two switches. I'm going to move on to getting the body lights in. Okay, so moving into this kit. I think I will be looking at the instructions briefly. You get some templates. This has been in the sunlight, so the stickers are probably going to be a little extra brittle. I'm going to use a new number 11 X-Acto knife blade. Don't just throw these in the garbage can. Put them in a pop can or a water bottle, something like that. Save you or someone else getting all cut up. So I've got my masks on, front and rear. The back one kind of just lined up with this black part of the tailgate pretty good. Front one, I just kind of looked at the center of the hood and just lined it up in the cutouts. Do the best you can. So I'm going to cut that out and then come back and just scoring it with the X-Acto knife. Score it 2-3 times and then snap it out. Well, I got the front done, and I'm going to work on the back. Okay. Well, I got the back cut out. That was tricky. Those corners and everything. It's a little bit thinner in the back than it is the front, so just took my time and I got it done. There we go. We got lights. Nice and bright. I think that's perfect. It's a nice addition to my TRX 4. It's a lot better than the sticker did. think it did pretty good on the install. Had to trim into the front just a little bit. Light bar's kind of poked in. I don't think it's that big of a deal though. Well, there we go. Thanks for stopping in to Scatterbrain Studios and sticking it out until the end. Don't forget to leave a comment, drop a like or dislike, and subscribe for more content. Now pitter patter, I gotta get back at her.